Hello and welcome to CobaltRetroTech. Hope you're having an amazing day. Now, as you might be able to tell with me being in front of the camera instead of behind it, we're not going to be talking about any hardware or software today. We're going to be talking about the future of CobaltRetroTech. As CobaltRetroTech stands right now, it's fueled entirely by my free time. So that's worked out pretty well so far, relatively speaking, but you might be able to tell that considering the fact that my upload schedule is somewhat sporadic. I don't have the time or resources to just make CobaltRetroTech videos as regularly as I want to. And that's totally unfortunate because I want to be a regular creator, like Adrian Black from Adrian's Digital Basement, Shelby from Tech Tangents, Clint from LGR. I want to produce videos like this full time, but I can't do that if I'm also working a full-time job. I would be working 2 full-time jobs, and I need to get sleep at some point. I realize, regardless of how I'm slicing this pie of CobaltRetroTech, that I have an incredible amount of work ahead of me. A lot of video editing, a lot of planning, and a lot of pushing to make my presence on this platform that we call YouTube. I realize that this is not going to come easy, it's not going to come overnight, and I'm willing to push through that. I'm willing to make CobaltRetroTech happen. Part of that journey, though, does require assistance. This is why, starting today, CobaltRetroTech officially has a Patreon page. That's right, you guys now have a way to more directly support this channel. There is another way, but we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of this video. But the Patreon page, yes, it exists now. And there's 3 monthly tiers that you can subscribe to: Bit, Byte, and Kilo supporters. Bit supporters start at $1 a month, Byte at $5, and Kilo at $8. All tiers receive the same 2 benefits: at least 24-hour early access to my videos, and occasional exclusive updates to projects and other CobaltRetroTech teasers. Byte supporters get their names added to the end of a video via text, and the ability to vote through polls in the Patreon page to help influence the future plans of CobaltRetroTech. And lastly, Kilo supporters get their names shouted out verbally at the end of CobaltRetroTech videos. That's how the Patreon page is structured right now. It's due to change. I do plan on adding some more benefits going forward, but this is what we've got right now. With all that being said, please don't feel obligated to donate. I don't want you guys to feel forced to support this channel. This is optional. Please only donate if you want to donate. But in any case, it is an option. Going forward, regardless of any support, I will be continuing to push myself to make CobaltRetroTech as good as it can be. Your support through the Patreon page will help make that happen. But Patreon isn't the only way to help support me. In fact, I have 2 individual ways to help support me and this channel, although it's a little bit less direct, and that's through my music. I have 2 music names that I'm publishing music under. Used to be 1, but now I have 2. I have Cobalt Heart, which is a name that I publish synth metal under, that is entirely instrumental and done only for the passion of music. I have 2 albums published under Cobalt Heart as it's standing right now, Nova and Learning Fusion. Both albums that I am proud enough of them to have officially published. I do have a few older albums, but they're older albums. Nova and Cobalt Heart are available on most major streaming platforms. So if you want to support this channel, listening to my music is also a great way to do it. But Cobalt Art isn't the only music that I am producing. There is a new kid on the block by the name of Bits Gone Wrong. Now, Bits Gone Wrong is not like Cobalt Heart. Cobalt Heart isn't for the passion of music. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even really technically involve any live instruments. Bits Gone Wrong is immature dance music. I know, totally way far off than what Cobalt Heart is doing. But if you're not into synth metal, or if you really like electronic dance music, that's an option too. I only have one single out in the moment just to test the waters and give myself some time to put out a full album while still having something out there for EDM fans to listen to. But no matter what you're listening to, Cobalt Heart or Bits Gone Wrong, that can also support me. But Patreon is a little bit more direct. Thank you for your consideration of my new Patreon page and potentially even my music too. I really appreciate it. Alright, that's that for this video. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.